My name is Helena. I'm 69 years old. Grandmother, widow, artist. I've never had a big life, but I had love. And for many years, that love was called Madison, my granddaughter. I raised her like a daughter. Her mother, my daughter, was always buried in 2 jobs. And it was here in my little backyard house with cracked walls that Madison learned to walk, to paint, to smile. She called me Nana. Just that, not Grandma or Granny. Nana. It was sweet on her tongue. Over time, she grew up. The colored pencils turned into a cell phone. The backyard swing became Instagram stories. And I was left behind. But I never stopped loving her, even when visits grew rare, even when she only came to ask for something. And for 12 years, I did something no one knew. I saved money little by little. I cut back on gas, skipped expensive medicine, repurposed clothes. Also, Madison could study art at her dream college, and when she turned 18, I wanted to give her more than money. I wanted to give her memories. I painted a picture for her. The backyard swing, the dog Max, the flowers at the window. I painted with the hands that rocked her when she had a fever, with eyes that no longer see so well, but still see love. The party was in a huge hall, glass tables, a DJ, a buffet, so far from the little celebrations I held for her. A simple cake, balloons taped to the ceiling, sandwiches on white bread. I arrived with my painting wrapped in craft paper and a white ribbon I'd saved just for this. I slipped inside quietly. No one noticed me. Madison circulated among the guests, laughing loudly in her high heels and heavy makeup. I saw my daughter, Lauren, from afar. She forced a smile. "Oh, you came," as if I were just some neighbor, not the woman who raised her. I handed over the gift. "May I give this to her?" "Just put it with the others." She pointed to a pile of designer boxes, but something inside me said, "Wait." So I waited. It was time for presents. Everyone recording, with their phones. Madison opened expensive handbags, wireless earbuds, luxury perfumes, until she got to my package. She paused. "Read out loud." "It's from my Nana." She untied the bow, pulled out the painting. She made a face and said loudly for all to hear, "A painting? Are you kidding me?" They laughed. "Too cheap even to be a gift." "I thought it was table decor," someone whispered. My daughter looked away, pretended not to hear. Madison leaned the painting against a table. "It's cute," and moved on to the next gift. I stood there frozen, empty-handed, my heart leaking onto the floor. No one noticed when I left. No one asked if I was okay. Because being invisible is this. You bleed and nobody cares. In the car, I looked at the steering wheel and saw a tear fall onto my widow's ring. And there, I understood. She didn't mock the gift. She mocked me. I drove home in the dark. Didn't even turn on the light. Just sat in the kitchen where she used to paint with gouache on the floor. I grabbed a chipped glass, filled it with tap water, and stared into nothingness. Then I walked to the drawer where I had kept for 12 years everything that was hers. Receipts, bank statements, sacrifices on paper. It was all there, in an envelope labeled Madison College Fund. I turned on the computer, typed the password, logged in, and I transferred the money. I took the funds I'd set aside for her and put them in my own name, not for revenge, but for myself, for the first time, for me. The next day, I received a message. "Hi, Nana. Can I come by? I've missed you." It had been so long since she called me that. She showed up with expensive cookies, a rehearsed smile, and a sweet voice. "I'm sorry about the party. I was nervous. It was too much." She said she missed me, talked about Cal Arts, wanted to reconnect. My foolish heart wanted to believe her. But after she left, I noticed she'd forgotten her laptop, the screen still on, an open chat with a friend. I read the message. "She's falling for it perfectly. I said I missed her, cried a bit. Nana always melts at that. A few more visits and she returns the fund. Cal Arts, here I come. My blood ran cold. Each word was a stab in the chest. It wasn't regret. It was an act. I closed the computer, as if closing a coffin. But my mourning wasn't for her. It was for the little girl I thought she was, the one who used to paint rainbows on the kitchen wall. She had died long ago, and I was, for the first time, ready to let her rest in peace. I didn't shout. I didn't cry. I simply walked to the easel. There was the painting, the swing, the dog Max, the window flowers, the memory she'd called cheap. But that, to me, was everything. I whispered to the canvas, "You are not trash, and neither am I." I photographed the painting with my old camera. I joined a senior artist group online. I posted it with a simple caption. Some called this a cheap gift, but every brushstroke was made with what little remained of my heart. It may not be worth much to the one who received it, but it means everything to the one who painted it. I went to sleep expecting nothing, but I woke up to my computer screen ablaze. Likes, comments, women saying, "That painting is me." My granddaughter did the same. "You gave me courage." And then came the message. A curator from New York. "Your art stopped me in my tracks. May we exhibit the rejected gift?" 2 weeks later, there I was. A packed gallery. People standing, staring at my painting. And for the first time, I saw myself, on the wall, recognized, not as a grandmother, as an artist, as a woman. The pain she tried to discard as trash became art, became voice. Madison came back. Without warning, she knocked on my door with teary eyes and an envelope in her hands. We sat in the kitchen in the same spot where I once taught her to mix colors, to make the perfect orange. She spoke softly. I saw the painting, saw the messages. Everyone is talking. I wanted to apologize for the birthday, for the messages, for everything. I stayed silent. She swallowed hard. I still want to go to Cal Arts. I still dream of it. But I understand if you don't want to help me anymore. I just wanted us back. For the first time I saw not a repentant girl, but a frightened young woman. Frightened that she could no longer manipulate me. Frightened that she no longer owned me. "You lost more than a fund," I said. "You lost the only person who believed in you even when you drifted away, even when you mocked me." And I opened the door. "If you want anything from me again, you'll have to earn it. No tricks, no performance. With truth." She left without a word. And me, I kept the painting with me. Days later, Lauren showed up, angry. "You're throwing her future away. You should help. She's your granddaughter." I held up the envelope where I kept the college documents. "This is 12 years of my life. I've already helped. I've already paid. With turned-off utilities, rationed food, love without return." I opened a new folder. On it read, "Freedom Fund, Helena. Now, the investment is in me." Lauren said nothing, just looked at me with a mix of shame and surprise. I didn't shout. I didn't defend myself. I didn't beg for love. I simply stood whole. Months later, I was invited to exhibit the painting in Paris. There, a woman with a gentle accent told me, "This painting is not just art, it's a cry, it's healing." On the way home, I painted another picture. It was a mature woman, arms wide, hair in the wind facing the sea. Title, Freedom. I never thought of Madison again, nor the party, nor the laughter. I thought of the woman I became, strong, clear, my own. And one day, while sipping tea on the porch, I received a letter. It was from Madison. "Nana, I don't want your forgiveness. I just want you to know I'm trying to be a better person. And I'm truly sorry." I didn't cry. I didn't smile. I simply folded the letter and tucked it away in the Madison College Fund drawer, now empty, like my heart for her. Not out of malice, but for protection. Because sometimes we have to close the door to hear our own silence. Today I paint every day, Not because someone expects it, but because I allow myself to. My painting is in galleries. My story has touched women around the world. And the greatest lesson I leave is this: never let anyone treat your love as disposable, because those who don't recognize your worth don't deserve your sacrifice. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you have a story that needs to be told, send it to the email in this video's description.